In late May of 2026, over 2 million people from around the world will descend on Saudi Arabia at the exact same time. For Muslims, this trip is a lifelong obligation, a journey that requires years of saving, with costs ranging from $5,000 to well over $13,000 for luxury accommodations. To survive it, you have to prepare physically. Many spend months building up their stamina with daily walks, getting ready to face harsh desert heat and tightly packed crowds, while wearing simple, seamless white garments. This pilgrimage, called Hajj, follows a strictly choreographed 5-day migration across several distinct locations in the desert. To understand how this works, you have to view it as an enormous logistical roadmap. It is an event where millions of individuals pack up and move as a single synchronized unit. Well before the official 5 days begin, people arrive early to acclimate to the environment. Often, they make their first stop in the city of Madinah for quiet prayer. When they finally arrive in the main city of Makkah, they perform their first major action. They walk in circles around a large black central structure, a practice known as Tawaf. This 3D map shows the entire pilgrimage region. We'll track our 5-day roadmap, starting in Makkah. On day 1, the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, 2 million people leave the city center, moving 5 miles out to the Mina Valley. This valley holds a sprawling temporary city made entirely of fireproof tents. Here, the crowd spends the day resting and praying, saving their energy for the physical toll ahead. This first day serves as a staging ground. It gives millions of people a quiet moment to align their minds and bodies before they face the hardest part of the journey. Day 2 is the climax of the trip. The timing here is so strict that if a person misses this specific day, their entire pilgrimage is considered invalid. Looking at our map again, you can see the morning migration route stretching out from the tent city to an open plain and a hill known as Mount Arafat. From noon until the sun sets, the crowd stands directly under the intense sun, deep in prayer. They treat these hours as a dress rehearsal for the Day of Judgment. As soon as the sun dips below the horizon, the mass of people must immediately walk to a completely barren plain called Muzdalifah. They spend the night here with a dual purpose. First, they sleep completely exposed outdoors under the stars. Second, they search the ground to collect handfuls of small pebbles for the next morning. This exhausting 24-hour cycle deliberately strips away all worldly comforts. By removing roofs, beds, and shade, it forces absolute vulnerability and reflection. Day 3 is the busiest and most physically demanding point on our roadmap. Our map shows the crowd moving back into the Mina Valley. Once there, they use the pebbles they collected overnight to strike specific large pillars. This action is called Rami, a physical representation of fighting off inner demons. Next, they organize an animal sacrifice to provide meat for the poor. After that, they shave their hair, a marker of a clean slate. Following that, they walk all the way back into Mecca's center to circle the sanctuary once more. Finally, days 4 and 5 are spent winding down. The crowd returns to Mina to rest and repeat the pebble-throwing ritual. These action-heavy days serve as a psychological exercise where participants actively reject negativity to cement a purified state of mind. The very last step of the journey is one final return to Mecca. They complete a farewell walk around the sanctuary, officially bringing the pilgrimage to a close. Looking at this complete 3D timeline, you can see the massive physical feat they just accomplished. 2 million people endured extreme desert heat, walked vast distances, and navigated overwhelming crowds over 5 continuous days. Throughout it all, everyone was stripped of designer clothes and VIP status. A CEO and a farmer wore the exact same white garments and endured the exact same hardships side by side. Moving so many people at once naturally causes friction, but that friction forces global strangers to practice patience, recognize their shared humanity, and see each other as equals. By the time they leave, they are physically exhausted, but having completed this intricately designed roadmap, they walk away spiritually reborn, starting the rest of their lives with a completely clean slate.